Your Excellency, Senior Minister Dr. Kobukum, Mr. Edwin Hu, leader of the Sustainable Energy Association of Singapore. It is a great honor for me to be with you today. I think that the title of this conference, Harnessing Clean Energy for the Future, is very timely. And I will try in my presentation to tackle a few questions on how is the energy transformation today, what are the trends, what we need for a sustainable future, and what are the key issues to be tackled. Naturally, I will make in my presentation what I've said yesterday in my presentation, but I think sometimes message is worth to be renewed. In the slide that I'm showing today is to say very clearly that why the transformation is in place is the data just told us that the installed capacity of renewable energy is outpacing the installed capacity of traditional plant in the last 7 years. And then you can see from the slides the zero between the two paths is enlarging year after year. In the last year, 170 gigawatts has been added, and Asia accounted for most of this growth. It was responsible of the 40% of this share last year. And what is the driver of this transformation? Naturally, along the year, the renewable energy sector has been enjoying subsidies coming from the government. But the fact is that now the renewable energy has its own leg and is staying in the market be absolutely competitive with the traditional way to produce energy. What is more important to say is that in the next year, we estimate that in the largest part of the world will be more convenient to use energy through solar and wind than with any other form of producing energy. So renewable now are the most competitive way to produce energy in a large part of the planet. So the business case for renewable is just there. The cost has been reducing also in China, India, and in the other country of Asia. So it's a trend that is globally happening, and is happening also in this region. From 2010, the cost of onshore and wind power generation fell by 90%, and solar PV by 71%. But where we have to go? We have said very clearly that we have two paths that are not in line one with the other, at least as goals. One is the increasing demand of energy, and this is a good thing, because it's a demand that has to be answered, because it's coming from large part of the population of the planet that's not enjoying the basic energy services. Is coming from that country that wish to push up the economic law to provide more wealth and well-being for their own citizens. So we have to find a way to match this with the absolutely needs to reduce our CO2 emission, to stay in line with the Paris Agreement goals, and to reduce the risk to disrupt the impact of our economy. Asian Development Bank estimates a decrease of 11% of the GDP in this region at the end of the century if we are not acting. And for getting there, to stay in line with the Paris Agreement, how much is the decrease in the CO2 that we need? In that slide, we have in the blue part how much we have to decrease our emission. What is important to notice that in our work we estimate that the 90% of the reduction needed can be achieved go for the electrification of the system, and electrification of the system fueled by renewables, naturally. That could provide the 75% of the reduction we need. And if we add on top the energy efficiency improvement that we have to get, we are almost there, just in line with the Paris Agreement with 90% of the reduced emission that we need. For this, naturally, we need investment. We estimate that we need $15 trillion in respect of what is the plan that are already there. And these amount of money, that is a big amount of money, has its advantages. We estimate that for every dollar we spend, we may receive a payback that is going from $3 to $7. It depends on how we estimate the cost of the externalities and how much of the subsidies that we are still providing to the high carbon intensity energy plant may be switched to renewables. So in this respect, I think that as important to notice as has been announced yesterday, the ambitious plan that Singapore has. Naturally, it is a teeny reality, but the fact that this has a big impact on the region, the way they are challenging the climate, how they, with limited resources in terms of solar and wind, they want to go to the path for the decarbonization of their economy. Looking at from my window, I see many ships. Imagine how this ship may be, working with more clean energy. And today we are going to launch as IRENA this report on shipping, where we can say how can be important in the next future the use of the hydrogen in our system. These are the investments that are needed in the region. That's naturally having a large share of the investment needed to the world. We think about $160 billion per year. And the fact is that in our estimates, it's very simple. It's very difficult to transmit this message to everyone. But it's absolutely certain that no action is going to cost more than action against the climate change. Going for renewables is not only good for the environment, but it's also good for society. So it's a myth that has been challenged by the reality that going for renewable may mean loss in job. It's just the opposite. The net impact is positive. Jobs are increasing because of renewables. Only in Asia, we estimate in the middle of the century 30 million jobs because of renewables. And a good part of this, that from the 6.7 million that are today in this part of the world. So all we have to do, we have to do more, and we are convinced that also IRENA has to do more. We have announced it in the occasion of the Climate Summit 1 month ago that we will work for the establishment of this climate investment platform. It is an initiative that we undertake together with the UNDP, United Nations Development Programme, with SIEW2019 and the Green Climate Fund. So IRENA, that has provided in the last 10 years the most clean and honest, and as stories show it, the right number concerning renewables has been considered as the voice of renewables, is trying to be more on the ground, more close to the ground. Because on time we have been supporting countries in set their own measure, in assess their potential for going for renewable. But the fact is that sometimes we don't see the implementation as it should be of these planning measures. So we want to try to work on regional basis. We are trying to work on 14 regions that we present in our assembly next January. And inside this region we will go 2 streams of work. One will be from our plans and program that we have support country to fix, how we can working together for elaborate some important idea to implement those plans, and means going to the project phase. And then we will have an investment forum where we will try to be more concrete and practical, where we will put our partners that will be there, the multilateral financial institutions, the banks, the private companies, the pension funds, and see how we can match the demand and the providing fund. All say that the liquidity is there, so we have to find the way for getting this liquidity for the right cause. The other stream of work will be having the private with us, trying to understand what the private world may need to invest more in our countries, in our membership, especially in the weakest one in terms of capacity. And then we will follow up into 2 streams, including this last one, trying to make the environmental legislation changes that are needed in partnership with our membership. So I hope that all the banking institutions that are represented here, the companies that are here in these days, may join the platform. We will open for accession in the next weeks from now, and I hope that you will be part of this exercise. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the energy transformation is both technically feasible and economically possible, as has been just said by our host. Its benefits significantly outweigh the cost. Affordable, secure and environmentally sustainable energy will be crucial for larger development over the coming decades, as well as the global effort to tackle climate change. We as IRENA, we have launched this campaign as possible. As been said, we have the instrument, we have the tools, we have the technologies. We need to have the strong political will to pursue this path we need. So I think that working together, it will be possible, it's possible to change. Thank you very much.